Education. Roll call, please.
Oh, look at that. I don't even have that. Got a new system here. Mrs. Krieg.
Here.
Mrs. Cybulski.
Here.
Mr. Pierson.
Here.
Mr. Andrus.
Here.
And Mr. Cooper.
Here.
Certification by treasurer of compliance with meeting requirement rules. Are we in compliance?
We are.
This meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in the agenda. Please stand if you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we need to waive the reading and approval of the minutes. I need a motion, please.
So motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Just really quick, I want you to see that there are two versions of the minutes. So you guys, the board, can look at those. One is the old minute way and one is the new minute way. So if you can let me know, what your thoughts are. Not that I didn't mind doing both of them, but, it'd be easier just to do one going forward. But I just wanted to give you the options. Let me go here. Mrs. Krieg.
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski.
Yes.
Mr. Pierson.
Yes.
Mr. Andrus.
Yes.
And Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
All right, it's time for our student recognition this month.
All right, good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. This is our April student recognition, and then we'll go into our staff recognition. Just so you know, this is our final meeting, our final student recognition. And then next month, we're going to do a lot of staff awards and some fun things then. But thank you, students, for being here, and parents. The first one is Austinburg. These are awesome Austinburg Eagle Awards. It's given to students who demonstrate kindness, work hard in and out of the classroom every day, have a positive attitude, and exceed expectations in all that they do. So when you hear your name, please come up and get your certificate. Emerson Henderson, come on down. Congratulations. Essence King, come on down, Essence. Matteo Martinelli. Matteo. Tenley Steinbrink, come on down. And Oliver Winthrow. Congratulations. All right. So now we have Cork. We have two students. Let's go with Taylor Blevins. Come on down, Taylor. So Taylor has earned honor roll through her consistent hard work. In classroom, she is an active participant who always strives to do her best. She is respectful and kind to both her peers and teachers. She is also the vice president of student council. Her strong work ethic and caring attitude makes her a role model for her peers. So again, congratulations, Taylor. Nice job. And then we have Avery McCrone. Avery? Nice job, Avery. Our Avery constantly demonstrates a strong commitment to her learning by actively participating in class giving her best effort in all that she does. She has earned honor roll and is a member of the student council. Beyond her academic achievements, she stands out for her kindness and positive attitude toward her classmates. She is always willing to lend a helping hand, support others, and is a role model for her peers. So again, congratulations, Avery. All right, we're on to GPS. These students, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the students and then we'll call them down. These students assist in the kindergarten bus dismissal on a daily basis. They play an important role in keeping the process calm, safe, and organized to help the students, guide them to offer reassurance, help students feel secure. They model responsibility, kindness, and teamwork for the entire school community. So these students do that, and we really appreciate you helping out. So the first one is Tegan Blendman. Come on down. All right, Emma Ferguson. And Allison Pillar. All right, apparently they couldn't be with us. We'll make sure they get those awards, so thank you. And now our middle school students. We're going to start, and then we'll talk a little bit about each one of them. So Paige Burns. Paige, are you here? Okay. There it is. Paige Burns. So Paige earned straight A's third quarter, so congratulations, Paige. Yep, that's a good one. Ariana Cognati. No. Well, she demonstrated resilience and academic improvement. Then we have Jason Dodge. Jason, are you here? No, but Jason did it. Yep. Jason's made significant gains academically this quarter. Isabella Elk. All right, Isabella. Straight A's third quarter. That's amazing. Well done. And then Bentley Palco. He's always kind, respectful to others, exhibits all characteristics of a Geneva Eagle. So congratulations. All right, and finally for our students, the high school. These students gave hours of their own time to assist the Ashtabula Growth Partnership in developing career planning and exploration survey that will be used countywide this coming school year, helping all students access the information they need to define their career paths. So this is excellent. So Cora Brace, are you here, Cora? All right, Chase Cinco. Chase. Darian Franklin. Izzy Hoover. Gianna Markajan. All right, Gianna's here. Logan Rustick. And Ben York. And finally, for staff, our Eagle Team Member of the Month. We have Austinburg Jennifer Nappy, third grade. I don't think she could be with us today. So Miss Nappy is absolutely amazing with the kids. She keeps them in line, guides them to be respectful, and pushes them to learn more without being mean about it or pressuring them. So congratulations, Jennifer. And then we have Sally Burgett, our health aide from Cork. All right. Sally is amazing. She's always running around helping everyone. She makes sure all the kiddos have what they need and they all feel comfortable coming to her for help. She is just an awesome human being. We are so lucky to have her at Cork. So congratulations. GPS, Michele Rhodes, third grade teacher. Hi, Michele. Ms. Rhodes provides high quality, individualized instruction with a positive attitude. We appreciate her dedication to our students. And then Michelle Mather, choir here at the middle school and high school. Michelle goes above and beyond for her students every single day. She travels between two schools, which we know can be challenging. She works tirelessly to ensure her students are supported and successful. She consistently gives up her weekends so students can participate in competitions, concerts, and special events. So excellent job. And this one, Mark Miller, our substitute, couldn't be here, but he said he'll watch it on TV. So congratulations, Mark. We're really happy for you, Mark Miller. He's been subbing for us for 25 years. He's probably the kindest, friendliest man in the world. He's not a full-time member. He's not a full-time teacher, but he is a full-time substitute. He's here every day. He's an integral part of the student experience. He really does go above and beyond his duties. He listens to people. He has a source of support and encouragement for our students. And every time I see him as I'm walking, he couldn't be any happier. So, Mark, I know you're watching. You do an amazing job. You said you didn't deserve it, but you absolutely 100% deserve it. So congratulations, Mark. And for our Transportation Main Office Board of Ed, and Jennifer Crosley, our Athletic Director, come on down. Now, Jen is incredible. I got some stuff to say about Jen, so you got to give me some time here. She's incredibly dedicated to our student athletes at Geneva High School, and that is so true. Not only is she an excellent athletic director, she is also committed to creating an environment that promotes pride in our athletics and community. From the dugouts to the baseball, softball fields, to the wall pads in the gym, to the painted hallways. We want to thank Jen for all of them. Her most recent project, and you could see it if you walk out here and just look down the hall, an overhaul of the athletic hallways with paint, signage, pictures honoring our state champions, required an unbelievable amount of commitment and time. She did a lot of that work with a lot of help, but she's always been there to do it. From securing the paint and supplies to volunteering countless hours painting, Jen took on what seemed to be like an insurmountable task and saw this project through and its completion. The result is transformative, creating an environment that truly reflects Geneva Eagles spirit. Our athletes, coaches, and communities are incredibly lucky to have you, Jen, and I do appreciate what you do for the school. So thank you, Jen. That's all of our awards, so you can stay for the rest if you like, but if you want to leave at this time, please do so. But thank you for being here.
At this point of the meeting, it is time for the public comment section. If you would like to address the board, you may come to the microphone at this time. Please state your name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak. You may do so now if you would like to.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Brad McMichael, 130 Meadow Ridge Drive, Geneva, Ohio. I'm a parent, city council member, but I also am the president of the newly formed Geneva Schools Foundation. It's a new organization, came to the idea from Dr. Lombardo. The whole mission of the Geneva Schools Foundation is to provide assistance to everyone in the district, all the schools, all the students, for the big lift items that maybe Gamba can't take care of, athletic boosters. We're a 501c3 organization. We are brand new. We have a Facebook page that's going to be coming online on this. We're working on it this Sunday. We got a web page coming up. We just approved our logo and our emblem that we have. So, but the reason I'm coming here tonight for you folks is that on May 9th in this auditorium, there's going to be an amazing magic show being put on by Magic Gives Back. It's a Las Vegas style magic show. The funds that we're raising from this are going to help the foundation get us up off the ground. This has been spearheaded by my treasurer, Christine Hansen. She's right here, and I brought her up too, so if he has anything else, so it's going to be at Kirsten. Kirsten. I apologize. Thank you.
She takes a little bit of pride in it, but don't egg her
Well,
on,
that's
you know?
how it's.
Yeah.
I apologize for everyone
Physical
there.
violence, Brad. And I'm trying to
Okay.
avoid that.
Kirsten Hansen. Anyways, it's going to be May 9th at 7 p.m. in here. The kids from the schools have been given flyers. We've gone home. It's on our Facebook page for the school, the web page. So, you got anything else you'd like to add, Kirsten? Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brad.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Diane Braining. I live at 825 Sherman Street, and I have 2 topics to bring up tonight. The first one, I was here, I think, last fall, possibly, to bring to your attention the vegetation that was growing out of the gutters at the school next to me. And I appreciate how quickly you moved on that. That was awesome. And I guess in that vein, I just wondered if there is now a regular scheduled maintenance, or a scheduled maintenance in plan, or on the plans for that?
Yes, absolutely. So
And
that
other
was very
schools, too.
embarrassing
That's
when you came up, but it's something that needed to be said. So we are putting, there was a lot of stuff in there, as you can imagine, but we are going to put it on a rotation, and we're going to do that throughout the summer. So
As well as on other schools too?
yes,
in the
we did all
district?
the, we did all the schools.
Great.
So
Okay.
all of them should be, no vegetation should be growing
Good.
in any of the
Good,
schools.
okay. Secondly, speaking of vegetation and things growing, I left a message with Amy Richmond on the 10th of April regarding a tree between the school's property and mine. And
Yes.
I wasn't sure if it was my tree or the school's tree, so I had the surveyor come out, and it is the school's tree. And it's very rotted at the bottom, so I didn't know, I didn't hear back from anybody yet, so I didn't know if anything was being looked into about that.
Yes, I did talk to Scott Ola, our maintenance director, and he assured me that we will take care of that.
Okay, great.
But if it hasn't been taken care, it's still there, huh?
It's still, yeah.
Okay. I know it's supposed to come out by summer, but I will
That's
check
fine.
to see if we can
Yeah, it's fine.
get that taken care
I
of.
just didn't know if it was being looked into enough.
Yeah, it's actually on our schedule to
Okay,
do
great.
so.
Okay.
So thank you for calling.
That's all I need. You're welcome.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? All right. All right, I think it's time for the presentation for the trip.
Oh no. Hi. So all three of us were on the New York trip, and we just wanted to share some like cool things that happened. This was actually my senior trip, and I got to do it freshman year as well, and it was similar in some aspects, but also vastly different in others. I had a much more fun of a time this year because I was much closer with all of these people because I knew them. And I made a whole bunch of new friends on the trip. So many memories that you can never make anywhere else. And all of us got really close on the trip. I remember hearing a few people when we got back to the school saying they didn't want to go home. Like we wanted to just have fun again. And we were like telling jokes and yeah, we just had a lot of fun. So I just wanted to thank you for letting us go on this trip, and it was a very fun senior year trip for me.
Again, I'd like to thank you guys, the Board of Education, for letting us go on this trip. When I went on this trip, I was very scared and anxious, but those people around me that came on the trip helped me realize that while I was away from home, I was still safe, and I was still comfortable. And it made me realize that I had family away from home. Those who were around me were my family. And my favorite part about the trip was getting to see stuff I never thought I'd be able to see, like the Statue of Liberty, which was one of the top things that I wanted to see ever since I was little. And I'd like to thank you guys for the opportunity of letting me see it.
I wanted to thank you guys so much for letting us going on this trip. I really feel like it benefited our choir with growing, like Jay said. I also feel like it just helped us see so many more opportunities in life. So like we didn't see everything in our little town of Geneva. We got to see the real world, and we got to develop a bit of leadership without our parents and just be able to be our own selves. And I feel like it just genuinely like benefited like our students and all that. And I just want to say thank you guys so much.
All right, time for the report of the superintendent. Dr. Lombardo?
All right, the first thing is 7.1, first reading of board policy 7530.03, cellular phone allowance. I'm bringing this forward to the board. No action is needed tonight, but it is a first reading. In most districts, if not all districts, there is some kind of cell phone, telephone allowance for administration. I'd like to be able to bring this forward to our administrators. Most of our communication, if not all of our communication, is done on the phone. I will say our administrators are extremely good that when I call or when someone else needs them, they do pick up the phone. And that is a 24/7 time. Now, we try to be very respectful of people's time, but if there's an emergency or if someone needs to discuss things, we're always sending text messages. It's a huge communication piece, and I just think it should be part of a stipend for administrators going into next year. So this is the first reading, and I'd like us to consider it, and our next reading will be in May, which will be the final reading. All right, any questions on that? No? Okay. 7.2, our board policies. This is our second reading of all these board policies. I do want to make note, Brock, you brought up one of the policies, and it is revised on here. Just want to make sure. Where is it? Which one is it?
5430.
There it is, revised. We were talking about class rank. There was a typo. I just want to show it to you there. A, non-weighted grades. We took that out. We didn't think that actually was a typo. So this policy is now up to date. All the other policies, including the AI policy, food service, transportation, those are all ready for a final vote tonight, unless you have questions.
This is the second reading, or this is the final?
This is the second and final reading. Yeah.
Could I start with a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion or questions about any of these policies?
Can you imagine how funny it would be if it was not weighted?
Yes. No, it wouldn't be funny.
I should have did it. I should have did it to all you guys. I was like, they don't want weighted, right? And like, I almost got punched in the face. They were like, no, the kids want weighted. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that was not
So
good.
have a field day. Just be nice.
Do we know that the people that calculate the scores, do they want them weighted? Have we let them chime in on it?
What do you mean the students?
The academics that are counselors and so on and so forth who have to figure out the rankings of our kids. Have they been
Creating
Pro-
that committee.
Yeah, so this was reviewed, and Jen, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I met with the guidance counselors and the principals at the high school, and we reviewed this policy, and it should have been non-weighted. I don't know why I Xed that, it should not have been there, so we did discuss that at length. If we were to not weight those grades, then the whole point of this
Can you
was
come to the mic, Jen, because I can't really hear you. Thank you.
For the record.
Yeah, so the whole point of this particular policy is to ensure if there's a tie for the top 10% that get the, top 5% that get the scholarship for the Governor's Merit Scholarship, that if there was a tie, then we would use those things, scores on standardized tests, to break the tie. So if we were to use non-weighted grades, that would actually make it worse. We'd probably have more people involved in the tiebreaker. So that was a typo.
And that was the consensus of?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Any other questions? All right, roll call.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
And Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
All right, 7.3, choir trip to Disney 2027. I'll wait for you to do your motion. I always mess that up.
That's all right. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Dr. Lombardo?
All right, Mrs. Mather, do you want to come and talk about this at all? I mean, this is a great proposal. I think it's wonderful for kids to have the opportunity to go to Disney for 2027. It was very well laid out. I know the board get a chance to look at it, but I strongly recommend this field trip. Sounds awesome.
There you go. Any discussion, any questions about the trip?
Yeah, not any questions. I just want to say, when you're preparing for something like this, I know a lot of people, their first instinct is to say, hey, you're going to Disney World. But the anxiety, at least from a band perspective and not a vocalist who has a super high definition amplifying device in front of their head at all times or dancing to choreography, is extremely stressful. And for people that are going on to pursue music, whether you're going to be operating a soundboard or you're going to be performing, these are really cool ways to get used to performing in front of a lot of people, but there is a lot of preparation that is absolutely rooted in learning and teamwork and co-curriculars. So thank you guys for keeping this ball rolling. Since the 80s, Geneva has sent, whether it's Geneva's Image, chamber choir at large, individual competing musicians, and members of the band. So it's pretty cool that we consistently rank when we do compete, and in others we're invited a lot of the time to be able to perform. And for the people that had these music programs, there's not a lot of schools in Ashtabula County that even get that opportunity. So thank you guys very much for making that possible.
Any other questions or discussion?
I think the 3 students who just spoke are a testament to how important getting our students exposure to what we do live in the real world here, but it's different when you go to New York City or Disney. And I think that these are, while fun, so educational and so important in the development of our students. And it's a great opportunity.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
All right, 7.5, 2025-26 early graduation.
7.4.
7.4.
Is that, oh my gosh. So 7.4, excuse me, Austinburg Elementary field trip to Erie Zoo. This sounds like a really fun time.
So moved.
I'll second.
You want to say anything about your field trip, or? So second grade, the last 5 years, they love the zoo. So there'll be no cost to the families. That's wonderful. Excellent.
Wonderful.
Do we have any trips planned for the other second graders in the district?
So they have been doing other trips, but because this is out of state, technically we had to put it in front of
Got
the
it.
board. So
Okay,
we've had other field trips that have needed to be approved by
right.
the board.
Okay,
So
Thank
that's
you.
there's other field trips that have been approved by the board. No one's going to hear you, so I didn't say that. Approved by the board, but this one, because it's an out-of-state trip, it needed to be brought here to the board.
Awesome. All right, any other question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Andrus.
Yes.
Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg.
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski.
Yes.
And Mr. Pierson.
Yes.
Yeah, 7.5, early graduation.
Need a motion, please?
so moved.
Second.
Is she going? Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg.
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski.
Yes.
Mr. Pierson.
Yep.
And Mr. Andrus.
Yes.
7.6, a resolution to implement a reduction in force of an administrative employee.
Need a motion, please?
All motion.
Second? Discussion?
Was there a second?
Did you second?
I seconded.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, as we look at staffing for the year, we are making some reductions throughout our whole district with staffing. The idea is to transfer the support to the buildings. So although we're eliminating an administrative position, we have added one, a dean of students, which I highly recommend. And we're going to be placing that person at GPS to give more support to GPS. But we're moving our resources around, and this is a resolution to reduce one position, so it allowed us to open up another position.
Any questions or discussion on this? All right, roll call?
Mrs. Krieg.
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski.
Yes.
Mr. Pierson.
Yes.
Mr. Andrus.
Yes.
And Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
All right, 7.7, these are administrative contracts for 2 years.
I need a motion, please?
So moved.
All second.
Discussion?
I believe some of them should be 3-year contracts, so can we explain why some of them aren't?
Yeah, so being that it's my first year here, I wanted to, I'll be honest, I've only been here a year, so I wanted to at least have a little more time to really get to know the administrators. I felt they all deserve multiple contracts. So I felt by giving them all 2 years, that will give them multiple contract years, but as well as give me time to really get to know them as we move into the second year. So that was my rationale.
Does that put everybody's contract up the same year, like your guys' also?
Yes, that's true. Mine will be up in 2 years as well, yes.
Uh,
Jen's will be
yours,
up in 2
yeah,
years.
So all of our administrators will be up at the same time?
No, we have other administrators that are still within, this isn't all our administrators. We have others that are in the middle of their administrative years.
That would be Mr. Chenoweth,
Corinne,
Yeah,
Um,
Chenoweth,
Mrs. Kernat.
Mrs. Cornett, Corinne,
Jen.
Wilson, Mariah Wilson, We have Kathy, we have Scott, we have Jared. They're all within there.
They'll all be staggered.
They'll all be staggered, yes.
Any other questions or discussions? All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
And Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
All right, 7.8, School Resource Officer MOU, a memorandum of understanding.
I need a motion, please.
I move.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, so by law, we have to have a MOU with our police department. I've been working with Chief Camper on this all year. And so this is an updated MOU. What's a little different about this one, this allows us to hire more than one SRO. I will be recommending an additional SRO next year to help Spencer. Although Spencer doesn't need help, he does a great job. But I think having two SROs would be great for our district. This allows us to do this. Of course, the board would have to approve that at a particular time, but everything in this MOU is appropriate.
I'd like to add real quick for the record that I was here for 6 years and there wasn't even a talk of an additional SRO. So, but I will tell you, Spencer is absolutely the busiest guy on our police department, and he definitely needs, I'd like an SRO in every building, but unfortunately, we can't finance that. And I'll stop there. Thank you, Spencer. I know you do a wonderful job.
All right. Roll call, please.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
All right, 7.9, tentative agreement with GATA effective July 1st, 2026 through July 1st, 2029. This agreement was ratified by GATA membership on April 16th, 2026.
Need a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
All right, well, Rachel, are you here? Do you want to come on up? Rachel, the Vice President of GATA. Zach said he wasn't able to make it. He's our president. I do want to say we did have 5 half-days or 2.5 days. We talked a lot about language. We really, I felt it was so collaborative, and I do appreciate Rachel, Zach, and the team for having open and honest conversations. I think we made a lot of progress, and I'm very satisfied with the 3-year contract. So I want to thank you, Rachel, for everything.
Yeah, same. I think we'd really like to thank the board and the members who were present. It was very nice to see members of the board rotating in and being part of that conversation. I think that was very, very helpful to us. This was a very different vibe than the last time we negotiated a contract, and we appreciated that tremendously. You know, obviously we didn't get everything we wanted. You guys didn't get everything you wanted. That's the way negotiations work. But we did very much feel like you were listening to our concerns, and you addressed them the best that you could under the circumstances. And I think both sides walked out kind of as happy as we could be under the circumstances. So again, we appreciate the effort that you guys put into this. We got it done before we typically even open the contract up. So we were able to we invested a lot of hours, but we were able to get it done pretty quickly, and I think landed where we needed to be on both sides. So thank you.
No, thank you, Rachel. Appreciate it.
I would like to add that it absolutely killed me that I could not be one of the board members to sit in on all of those talks, but seeing as I am actually a member of OEA in another association, legally I was not allowed to be even in the room as listening to those. And after being a part of after seeing the mayhem of the last negotiation and fighting for the board to be a part of that negotiation and being told over and over again how inappropriate it would be to have board members sitting in and listening to that conversation and fighting for that for GATA, it was just so lovely to see all of that come together, even if I couldn't be in there and hear it. So it's really nice to see how all of that came together. So, yay. But, all right, roll call.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
And Mr. Pierson?
Abstain. My mom's a union member.
All right, 7.10, a resolution selecting CT Taylor Company Incorporated as the best value construction manager at risk for the athletic improvement project and authorizing negotiations of execution of an agreement for pre-construction services. So this is an agreement for just pre-construction services prior to authorizing an agreement after that. So,
Need a motion, please?
So moved.
so Mr. Taylor, did you want to come up and say a couple words? Sure. You're not Mr. Taylor. You're from CT Taylor. John Hitchcock from CT Taylor, and I apologize.
Should have ran with it. Get a promotion. So, thank you, Dr. Lombardo. We're very excited to be part of this project. CT Taylor has been in business for almost 50 years. Probably the last 25 of those, we've had a heavy specialty in school construction. You know, about 140 projects throughout Northeast Ohio. I think we're one of the largest school builders in the area. So, got a fair amount of recent experience with turf fields and tracks and athletic facilities. So, this is kind of right up our alley, and we're looking forward to it.
Excellent. I want to make note that you guys did Berkshire, right?
We did Berkshire.
And we did go out and visit Berkshire when we were looking at athletic stadiums, and they did a really, really nice job. And you did do 3 of our elementary buildings here, correct?
We did. That was 20 years ago, maybe, in that range. So, but yeah, we're familiar with the territory.
Excellent.
We are looking forward to it. So,
So are we.
any questions of me?
How fast can we get her done?
Well, we need probably a set of drawings that we can work from. But we've worked with Ryan at TDA many times in the past, and you know, plenty of projects with TDA, so we know the drill with them, and good firm to work with. So.
Excellent.
Is our hope of 2027 realistic?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I think you guys put down as June 2027, pending.
Yeah, that was, part of the RFP process at the date. So, I mean, that we probably do need, to move along and getting some agreed plans and descriptions and specifications, and we'll get those items, the stands, the turf, the track all purchased. And by the time slots, those guys get pretty busy in the spring of, the year before the football season. So we need to lock them up right away.
Excellent.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, roll call.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
And Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take section 8 all together, and then I'm happy to answer any questions. So this is contracts, 8.1 through 8.6. There are multiple contracts there. And once you get the motion, I'm happy to talk on any of them if you'd like me to.
Okay, I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I'm just going to go down the list and just give you a little bit of overview, and if you want me to elaborate, I can. The first one's an electric program agreement. This is from Ohio School Council, and that has to do with our electric. And they go out and they get the best bids for us. 8.2 is a resolution to adopt NIST cybersecurity framework. This is a framework, and the law says that we have to have a framework board approved in place by July 1st of 26. I'm asking for this to be done tonight. This is through House Bill 96, and we do have a company that Jared will be working with. It's a year project. They give you baseline data on your cybersecurity. They provide resources, and it's a really nice program. We have about 5 or 6 districts in the Ashtabula County area that's going to be working through that. The other one, NFHS, School Broadcast Program. This is free, but we had to do another program with them or sign in a contract with them. They do our, this is our videotaping and our live streaming for our events. 8.4 is our Toshiba contract. That's our printer service. So we are doing something different with our copying or printing for next year. We're going to be moving the printing to our buildings. We went out for an RFQ on our printer and found that we were using Xerox for many, many years, like 25 years. Through an RFQ, we were able to find Toshiba, which was a lot cheaper. Very good company. They have great copiers, or printers, they call them nowadays. So we're going to be saving up to possibly $3,000 a month through our new contract with Toshiba. And we're going to be providing each building 275 copies per minute. And that's going to be black and white and color. So every building will have 2 of those. So we're able to provide more support into the building for those copiers. And it should save us upwards of about $3,000 a month. So we're real happy we're able to save some money with this program. Kent State CCP contract, that's a standard contract we need to sign with all the colleges we work with. And this one's exciting, Youth Opportunities Unlimited. I don't want to steal Jen Chauvy's thunder, so do you want to come up and talk a little bit about that one? This is all Jen on this one.
So in my previous district, we worked with Youth Opportunities Unlimited, and we were able to hire students that are interested in IT to work with the IT department over the summer and get reimbursed for most of their pay. So the students get paid $12 an hour, and then they can work up to 120 hours over the summer. So they learn about IT work, how to do like software, how to do, networking, all the things. And so they get really good experience, and they get paid pretty good for teenagers. And so we're going to be looking for one junior or senior who is interested in IT for the summer. So any juniors and seniors out there, talk to the principal and let them know you're interested. And then we'll hire you for over the summer to work with Jared Brigard and learn about IT.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
It's a great program.
And those are all our contracts.
Any questions or discussion? All right, roll call.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
And Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
All right, this is number 9. We're going to take all these all the way down. Special assignments, temporary assignments. So 9.1 through 9.8, volunteer coach. We're going to take all those, and you can see the personnel items there.
All right, I need a motion, please.
So moved.
I'll second.
I see the retirements are in this section also.
Yes, retirements, resignations, yes.
Would you like to say something about our retirees? I would appreciate that.
Well, quite a few retirees here. Lori Fazio, teacher for 10 years of service, and anyone knows Lori, she is just she's just a very sweet lady, and it's hard for her to do this, but she did put in her retirement. We do have our cafeteria manager here, 30 years of service, which is amazing. 24 years for our special needs assistant, Peggy. And Mr. Sorber, a teacher that's been here 26 years. You can see the longevity of our staff, and it's just nice to see that once people start here in Geneva, they really want to stay here. So really happy, and I wish them all a lot of luck as they move into the next venture of their life. So congratulations.
I'd like to point out Peggy Shoops is on this list too. She's a great person. She's done very young childcare all the way up to as one of our aides now. So she'll be sorely missed also.
Yep. Nice to see the retirement of Mary Kay Hardy and Jennifer Warner. It's 64 years of service.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
amazing.
remember being in Mrs. Hardy's room in Geneva Elementary on the second floor with our brand new CRT monitor computers.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And these non-renewals are common, correct? We just got
Right.
Yeah, that is something, the non-renewals, I did post a lot of those, all of those positions actually, or most of them, and they have an opportunity to bid on the position. But this is a common thing that we non-renew those tutors at the end of the year.
And I really appreciate Nathan Palinkas coming back home. He's a great tennis player, and I love to see kids come back home and participate in the school. Thank you, Nathan.
All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
And Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take 10, all of these down. These are 26, 27, continuing contract, 5-year contracts. That's 10.2, 10.3, 2-year contract certified, 1-year contract, 10.4. And then we have 10.5 retirements and resignations there. And this is something we commonly do with the contracts in April.
Need a motion, please?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
And Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
All right, unfortunately, you got to hear more from me. This is a superintendent's report. And I think my senior students are here. We have our students advisory, superintendent advisory council representatives. We have Zach Dunn, Sarah Cybulski, and Jovan Sanchez. Come on down and do your thing.
Do your thing.
That should be fine. Hello, my name is Zachary Dunn. I'm a senior here at Geneva High School, and I wanted to give you a couple updates on some of the things that'll be happening in our district in the next couple of days. Oh, let me just. There we go. In my experience, I'm part of the theater program here at Geneva, and this Friday we have our one acts, Check Please, which is all about, I'm assuming everyone has gone at least on a first date before and has known how awkward it can be, and that one act is all about how a first date can go wrong in so many ways. And then the next one is about how to survive the zombie apocalypse in just 10 simple steps. So if you ever need to prepare for a doomsday event, make sure to attend. Let's see, what else? We are also having our choir showcase this week as well. So if anyone would like to come and support Mrs. Mather and her kiddos, we would greatly appreciate it. What else?
So we have prom coming up at high school, so that's in 2 weekends, so that's fun. We have AP testing and state testing going on right now, so good luck to everyone. Those are some fun weeks, but this is what we've been working towards the whole school year. And then just to start off the sports updates, our boys tennis team just won all county, so good job to them. And tonight was senior night for the boys, so I'm pretty sure they won, so yeah.
Hello. I'll be up here speaking over track. We recently just had our senior night yesterday. Very emotional. It was very sad, but it was a really good feeling to see all my teammates all walk together on the field and really reminisce on all the good times we had. The track team is doing awesome this year, and the boys won the Perry relay race, which was really impressive. And then for our youth philanthropy program here at Geneva, I'm president of it, and we just had our philanthropy luncheon, and it went amazing. The club is just awesome, and it really teaches young kids. I mean, it taught all of us how to be philanthropists. So thank you guys for everything.
Thanks, awesome. How did the girls do it, Perry? Do you know?
Second.
Second?
Yeah, they did
Yes.
second.
Oh, you would know.
Shout out to the softball team as well. They're having a great season.
Everyone's doing great. So.
All right.
we do, though.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
I'm going to have you come up after a little while. Okay? Stay close. Thanks, guys. All right, next I want to talk about student pathways for 26, 27. I got to tell a little story about this. So back in Capitol Conference, which is where board members do go down to Columbus, and we learn a lot of great things that are happening with the state, I went with Beth as well as Stephen, and we ended up going to a session, it was Mayfield High School, by Dr. Barnes, Dr. Michael Barnes, about his student pathways. It was extremely exciting. Now, I was here August, September, October, so it was like 3 or 4 months, and both Beth and Stephen said to me, and I know Michele has been understanding with this, they go, we got to do this. And I'm like, okay, well, been here a couple minutes, but I'm going to do my best to see what we can do to get this going. Now, there were some high school people that went to see Mayfield the previous year, so people are kind of aware of some of the things that were going on. Well, I was able to get with Dr. Barnes, and he had 12 of us, so we had 12 from the high school go to Mayfield a full day to see their student pathways. And I will tell you, and I'm going to talk a little bit about 2 of them, that we'd like to try to see if we can pilot or start next year. It was an amazing experience. It allowed students to take ownership of their learning. It allowed students to really be timely as far as putting their schedules together. It was just an amazing, I came out of there, you know, in education 31 years, and I felt like a new person, that I really was so excited about it. And I know the 12 members from the high school that went were also excited, because I could just tell. We talked about just how exciting it was. So I want to show you this. And there's 2 things we want to try to put in for next year. Now, I ran this by my superintendent student advisory committee today, and I have 3 of them here, and they're going to give you the student perspective. Because I always like to get I usually tell them first before anyone. Now, don't be upset with me, staff and everyone else. But I always end up getting with them first. They give me the student version, and they give me a lot to talk about, so they're going to talk a little bit about it. And then I talked with the high school staff today about it. Now, I want to preface this by saying nothing is going to be a mandatory thing. This is all volunteer on the teacher side. But we want to take different steps to give students voice, choice in their learning, and giving them an opportunity. So I'm really excited about this. First one is called Fly. You get that? You know, the eagle and the fly, that's what we came up with. Flexible learning for you. It's a personalized learning option. Now, it says juniors and seniors, but I told the staff today that if they want to do this for 9th and 10th grade, I really want the teachers in the high school to take ownership of this. So whatever they want, we're willing to make modifications. But it says junior and seniors who demonstrate a strong mastery of 80% or higher in their coursework. On designated flex days, students can extend their learning through additional courses or meaningful online activities. So the structure also provides dedicated time for students who need extra support to receive one-on-one instruction, reteaching, intervention, ensuring every student continues to grow and succeed. So it empowers students so they have voice and choice in what they want to learn. It reflects the identity of strengths and areas of growth while new opportunities for academic growth. And I'm not going to read through them all. It's engaging, leading, and driven by student interest, increasing curiosity and motivation. Data is used to measure student growth, guided instruction, and it's a learning pathway tailored to each student's needs and goals. So I'm just going to give you an example of what this might look like. Now, I want to go on record by saying this isn't exactly what it might look like next year. I really want to say that because I don't want people to say, yeah, Lombardo, you said at that meeting, this is what it's going to look like. This is a draft of what our team came up with, and we presented it, and we're going to get some feedback, and then we're going to try to implement it next year. So basically, if you go to class Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you would go through your normal classes. If a teacher has the option to say, I want flexible learning in my class, and it really has to be the teacher because there are certain courses where this may not be feasible, like in AP courses and those types of things. So I want the teacher to be able to say that. So on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it'd be regular class like we know it. On Tuesday and Thursday, it would be called a flex day. So if I'm a student and I'm going to, let's say, an Algebra 2 class, and I really understand the material, it's Tuesday, then the teacher says, okay, you can utilize your flex day. They can leave the classroom. We're going to have them check in our library or a media center. And if they want to work on English, if they want to work on social studies, if they have time and there's a staff member in the weight room and they want to do the weight room, go ahead and do that. If they want to work on philanthropy club, if they need to get some things done for student council, this gives students the opportunity to do what they need to do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay? So the idea is to give that learning to the students, but we're going to need to keep track of students, right? We're going to need to make sure that they do check in, but this will give them some flexibility in their time. And if for some reason they are not getting an 80%, then they will need to stay. Now, what happens in the classroom? You may have 5 to 10 students left in the classroom, then there could be some targeted instruction based on those students. So that's where you get the one-on-one instruction. It's a little bit out of the box, but it really is a neat idea. And I'd like us to try to make some steps towards that for next year. So do you guys want to come and talk about it from the student perspective? The fly.
So, like Dr. Lombardo had mentioned, he presented it to us earlier today. Immediately, I was on board with this option, coming from someone who is very involved with clubs and just there's only 7 hours in a school day to do so much, and with sports, work, and just things that come after school. This just seems like a very good option for those students. And we did talk to Dr. Lombardo about how this probably wouldn't be. This just couldn't be implemented into like an AP curriculum just because of how rigorous those courses are. But for more of your regular courses, like I use the example of my junior year, I took all AP in my subjects except for English. And in my English class, I felt like I had grasped everything pretty well. And there was a project that needed to be done for AP US History, or I had, a couple emails that needed to be sent for NHS. So that time in the media center could be used for that or to ask questions. It's also a great idea for like attendance purposes, like if I'm out of school for, philanthropy luncheon or something and I miss, one of my class periods, I can spend now this flexible learning time going back to that teacher if they're available and asking the questions that I missed. So for students, I think this is a great option, and I think it's also something that could promote project-based learning in those classes because it would give students the opportunities to be able to move curriculums at their own pace rather than you have one student who sits in class and gets their work done in the first 5 minutes and is now sitting there talking to the person at the desk next to them who needs the full 40 minutes to do their work. So I think this is a great idea. I really hope this gets implemented. I'm sad I won't be able to benefit from it. But yeah, I really love this program and I think it's a great idea.
Like with what Sarah said, I definitely agree that a program like this will greatly benefit our students. I asked Dr. Lombardo this when I first heard about it because I was thinking, are the students who participate in it, do they still have to follow along with the same coursework? And he said yes, they won't be exempt from it. They're just given trust in that they understand it and that they will make sure to complete their assignments on time while still having this little branch of freedom to be able to complete other schoolwork, which I appreciate because it gives like us as students greater freedom and greater like ability to manage things on our own time and hold ourselves to like a higher standard than what we normally do. And I think that's a great opportunity to give everybody the chance to be able to participate in that. So I wanted to thank you for that.
I think this could be a great opportunity. I think it really teaches students how to take accountability because, like in the real world, no one's going to hold your hand and tell you you have to get this done. So it really just shows us how to have integrity from a young age. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I have one more to go through, but any questions on the fly from the board or any comments?
We have the flex program down at PV, and we love it. The kids love it. I mean, they're so flexible to get involved in where they need to be involved or extra help. So I'm absolutely supportive of it.
Excellent.
I know, speaking from the mom standpoint, I mean, Julia loves being in all the things, but last week she said, oh my gosh, if I can't be in school more than 3 days a week, I'm never going to survive. I mean, she had the philanthropy luncheon, then they had youth leadership day, and she's like, I love all the things, but I haven't been in school for more. She goes, I can't get all this done, but if she had that flex time, she would be able to accomplish those things, go to the media centers. She doesn't want to give anything up, but having the time to accomplish those other projects, and all of these students are in all the same things. So they're in all the AP classes, they're in philanthropy, they're in youth leadership, and it's really a great problem to have, but, you know, to all of your points, it's the real world. You have to figure out how to adjust your time, allocate your time, and get the work done, because nobody's gonna hold your hand and say, okay, now you need to do this, and now you need to do that. So this is just a great opportunity for our students to teach them, you know, time management, efficiency, and, you know, how to be successful in the real world. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I'm more excited from the other side of the spectrum. I think we do have students that sit in the classroom, maybe aren't mastering, but they're afraid to ask for that additional help, or they're afraid to, there's just not time in the class period to get that additional help. Our teachers would be more than happy to help whenever they can, but sometimes that's just not. So those Tuesday, Thursdays, additional help for those students who need it.
It's going to give time for staff to drill down and
that's
get
the
what
piece
they
that
need.
I love about it. I mean, I think you have students who, they master it and then they are capable of working on their own, but those students that need that extra push or those little extras to master it, I think those are the students that will benefit even more than the students who get the flex time.
Sure. And it's going to allow opportunities for, you know, that peer mentoring as well. You're going to find, you know, your kids that want to buddy up and help a friend, or because you're going to have that small group setting where you can have that peer mentoring piece that you're not going to have in the whole group setting.
Yeah, and I mean, I've said it, I can't tell you how many times I'm not a fan of sitting in a classroom day after day. I don't think the students today learn that way, so anything we can do to bring a little bit of something different into the way we're teaching, I think is amazing. And it's well worth the try.
All right, well, we have one more, and students stay there because I need your help here too. So this one is called Eagle Works, Earn As You Learn. So, and I know, Beth, you'll be right up the alley here for you like this one. Partnering with local businesses for real-world paid student internship opportunities. So it's a pre-apprenticeship credential and information. We're looking at working with companies of technology, manufacturing, home building, auto industry, sports and health, facility management. Really any organization or company that would like to partner with us. What this basically is we're looking to see students. Now we have all types of students and all types of learners. Some may be going to college, and that's great, but there are some that may need to go in the trades, and we need a lot more educational opportunities for students that want the trades. Let's just be honest about it. This provides opportunities for juniors and seniors to take a course, so it'd probably be a one-section course where they learn those soft skills. And we would partner them up with a business who would be a paid internship. So we do have some partners already, but we want to make sure that we have partners that want to take on multiple students. And so they'll go to work during the school day, but they'll also get their work done. Now, there's so many ways of doing that. We're coming out with an online school, so if the course is not available at that particular time, they could take an online course. They'll spend like half the day in school, and then they'll be out in the workforce. When we went to Mayfield, I was just unbelievably impressed. They started off with only a couple kids in this section, like maybe 10. They now have 129 kids. And there was a young man who spoke to us who works in construction. It's his senior year. He goes to work at 6 a.m. He does his coursework online. And at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, he comes home. He works the heavy machineries. He's been doing that for 2 years. And it's something that he's passionate about. He works with his hands. And there was a young lady that also works in manufacturing who actually she worked the night shift, so 2, 3, 4 in the morning. She wanted to come in and talk to us, and I found out that she had some rough time going to school. They got her into this program, and they're going to hire her after school in this manufacturing company. This is so absolutely exciting, and they can get those recognized credentials when they graduate. This takes a lot of work to get up and running, but I think we have the capacity, and we'll make sure we have the capacity to do this next year. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see if kids have an interest in this. So, my seniors, what do you think?
Overall, first hearing this idea, I think it's really great because I have friends that school may not be their obviously it's our priority. However, there's some people that really enjoy school. They like sitting there, learning, taking in more information. And then there's people that want to work with their hands. And I think this gives them a great opportunity to actually get into the real world and see what they actually want to do with still being in school instead of going to A-Tech. And I know that's another fear too. Many kids are timid to leave to go to A-Tech because, like we were talking about today, the social experience within high school is your friends in the hallway during lunch, and we don't want to miss that. And I can speak for those friends saying that they really need this. It's a wonderful opportunity for them.
Yeah, everything that Jovan just mentioned, it's such a great opportunity, and literally all of our faces lit up when Dr. Lombardo scrolled down to the second page while we were in our meeting this morning. We're all like, yes, finally. It was an awesome moment. And we also talked about the community impact of a program like this. It gets young adults, teenagers working in our communities, and then in that hope staying in our communities, and then hopefully one day their families get to go, their kids get to go to school here and get to see the programs that built the people that built them. And I just think that's really going to be an impactful thing. And it's also going to put Geneva on the map as a great local school. If I'm someone moving into this area and I work in a job that's in the trades, I think I'd see this and say, I see that Geneva puts a lot of value in these career fields, and this is somewhere that I'd want to take my family to. So I just think it's an amazing program, and I'm a little jealous all the school stuff's coming in right as I'm leaving, but it's just an awesome program for those kids that, they're different priorities and on different paths than your traditional, 4 years of high school, 4 years of college. It really gives them a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And I also really like how by opening it up to juniors and seniors, it also entrusts them with a bit more responsibility, but it also gives people who, because I know for A-Tech, you come here for at least 1 year, and then if you want, you can go by the time you're a sophomore. But some people enter their junior or even senior year, and they're like, oh, wait, maybe I could have gone to A-Tech and gone to welding or something. And with this, they're still able to participate in the trade aspect, and they still have connections and stuff here at Geneva. And I know from experience, I have a friend who goes to A-Tech, and just because, she's not right here going to school every day, but that doesn't mean I cut her out from like all my social events and stuff. So I'm glad that we still have this here, and it kind of bridges the gap and like reduces the whole stigma of going to a trade school in the first place.
And I will say, you guys brought up a good point. We were talking today. Someone said, well, what if I have a job? Can I go to that job? And I said, you know what? Why don't we make them a partner with us? So it kind of works both ways. If students find a job that they really like, we'll reach out and become partners with them. So, and you guys are amazing. I mean, absolutely. I couldn't say these things better. You guys are just truly amazing, the students we have here and who I get to work with. But how about the board? What are your thoughts?
I'm super excited about this program. This is exactly what I did when I was in high school. I actually went to the VOED just so I could get out of school early to go work. And if we would have had that here at Geneva, 100%, I would have been enrolled in it. And I talked with CT Taylor also. It's going to be building the stadium. They said they would like to, have the students tour the build and learn the different trades. So, I mean, it's going to go hand in hand perfectly. So, nope, I think it's a great thing.
Love, love, love.
Yeah.
I think this is not just great for Geneva, it's great for our community. We, being out in the community as much as I am, employers are begging for students who want to learn manufacturing and students who want to get into the trades and students who want to work. And them having the opportunity to train these students when they're 17 and 18, they could have a lifelong career starting at the age of 17, and that is so cool. Love it.
A lot of businesses, when they're looking for places to locate, a lot of them don't come to Ashtabula County because we don't have the training or personnel they need, and hopefully this program will attract some of those larger businesses to come in so our kids can make some money and stay home maybe.
If you ever go to the recorder's office, because I know all of you do that so often, at about 1890 to 1925, Ashtabula County was the largest industrial trade city on the Great Lakes. At least Lake Erie. Detroit might have beat them out closer to the turn of the century. And there was an illustrious amount of people who had both went to college and engaged in commerce and the upper business and the management. But one of the things that helped us get past the horrible shipmaking we did in the 1800s was we built some of the best iron, coal plant, ships, you name it. And we were able to throw it on a railroad and get it to Pittsburgh. We were able to get it to Connecticut. We were able to get it to the south, to the west, to the east. And if you even hear the trains that are going, those two rail lines have been in full service for well over 150 years. Not the actual metal on them, but the directions. And one of the reasons that many people, including probably most of our families, worked here was the balance of the fact that we built things best. We were the best at it. If you ever look at the old railroad lines, it wasn't easy work, but it paid really well, and they did really well at it. We've all seen what happened at Ashtabula in this county at large after 9/11 when manufacturing all but evaporated. I mean, fiberglass was invented in factories here and is held on for this long. So embracing that is truly part of the heritage of Ashtabula County, and it's great to see students stepping into that.
I also think this is a great, I think this could really be a boost to our chronic absenteeism problem, both of these programs, because you are offering students things that they want to come to school for.
That's what I was going to chime in with. I think this is going to go hand in hand with helping us solve the absenteeism and truancy issue, because we're going to be offering things that kids want to come and do. We're, thinking outside the box, and we're, meeting kids where they are instead of dragging them where we want them to be. And I think by looking at the whole, picture, it's going to meet everybody's needs, most importantly the children's. So, but yeah, I'm all for it.
All right, so we're going to do our best to dip our toes in the water on these two, and we'll see where it goes next year. I'd like to thank my senior students. Truly, I'm going to miss you guys so much. I know we're going to have in May, we're going to do a little potluck with this group. It's going to be sad. I'm going to be crying like a baby. I'm
Do
really
any
gonna
of you
miss
want to
guys.
just voluntarily come back next year, because we'll miss you?
Maybe.
Sarah?
Well, we said we'd come to meetings on our break, so.
You guys are awesome. So thank you. And appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. All right, now we're going to do two more things we're doing here. Math adoption, so Jen's going to come up. This will be the first reading. We usually read the first reading, which means she'll tell you about the math adoption, and then we'll bring it back to you in May for the final. You want the click-a-roni? You want me to do that?
Can you do that?
Sure.
The click-a-roni.
So first I wanted to recognize all the members of the Math Adoption Committee. They spent the last year doing a lot of hard work, looking at a lot of different resources. So from Austinburg, we had Corinne Ball, Tiffany Capo, and Lisa Nugent. From Cork, we had Holly Bowser, Michelle Cinco, and Missy Doherty. From GPS, we had Kurt Bryan, Kristen Berg. From GM Middle School, we had Brian Odell, Rebecca Pierce, and from the high school, we had Michael King and Rachel Blevins. So the committee evaluated 7 different instructional resources, both physical ones and online. They utilized the SESIC textbook adoption rubric to look at all of these resources. They gathered feedback from other teachers and from students to see how the students were engaging with the materials. And they, through all that, throughout the whole year, they kind of narrowed it down to 3 of the top resources that they liked. So then we obtained quotes for those resources, and then the committee came back together and had several discussions about, what's going to work for the different grade levels. And then they finally presented their findings to SESIC. I'd like to invite the members to come up and talk a little bit about, we'll do K through 8 first, a little bit about how they liked the process and what they thought. So we have Brian Odell and we have Lisa Nugent to come talk about K-8.
Hi. We decided kind of as a group for K-8 to go with the Envision series. Most of the people that we talked to liked the format, liked the progression. It does have the spiral review. It does do like the hook where we're gonna get the kids interested in it. It's gonna do the guided practice, and then it's gonna give them their own independent practice, sorry. We felt that it would really meet the needs because we feel like, especially at the elementary level, we really have to set a very strong foundation for them as they're getting into the higher math. If you don't really have that good, strong foundation, then your algebra, geometry, those things don't make as much sense when you're still trying to add and subtract on your fingers. It does include a workbook for each student, and it does provide an online component so that they can learn at home too, where we could show the parents how to get onto it so that they can see videos and how things are presented to them. And then the next slide. Oh, I finished it, mine out. There was an ed report. It just said that it met. There it is. It just met all of the gateways in the ed report.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. So Envision's great. It has a strong alignment with the Ohio Learning Standards. I love that we have a coherent progression from K through 8, and we're not switching products in between. I think that's going to really help our students and our teachers, for that matter, because the teachers will have a good understanding of what the kids in the previous year went through, because it's the same series and they're set up very similarly. The rigor and depth is there for Envision Math. The teacher usability and support materials, Envision has it. I'm really excited about the professional development. I met with the professional development implementation specialist, and we're not just going to learn how to use the product. It's going to be, how do we teach math? And I think it's so important because, math is just one of those subjects. If you don't have that foundation, kids get lost and left behind. So really excited about the Envision Math for K-8. It's going to be a great product for us. Okay, so for math and math for the high school. If Rachel would like to come up and talk a little bit about that, that'd be great.
So for the high school, we went in a slightly different direction. We looked at all of the same curriculums, and we didn't quite kind of land in quite the same place. So the Amplified Desmos math, we decided to go this route because we felt it provided us everything that the traditional kind of curriculums that we looked at provided us, plus it had an additional piece with the Desmos component. These kids can tell you, I think Desmos is the best thing to happen in math in the last 100 years. It is absolutely amazing. So the visual that Desmos provides to these kids so that they can see things in action, they can manipulate things on their screen, and it's very problem-based as well. So it's not just the learning the material, but now the problem-based application. So we felt like the Amplify gave us a little bit more of what we were looking for, and maybe all the traditional pieces plus a little bit extra that we didn't feel like we were getting in some of the other curriculum. So the integration with the Desmos we felt was really important. Having those problem-based components we felt was really important, and being able to make them relatable to students' lives, and not just this is the way it works in a textbook, but also this is, maybe there's 10 different ways to go about solving this problem, and really kind of focusing on that problem-based. We felt like the addition of the online component, nobody else quite offered that, and so that was a huge sell for us, the problem-based and the online component as well. So hit all of the check marks of our traditional, plus some extras that we were really hoping for.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Desmos as well. Again, strong alignment with the Ohio learning standards, highly engaging technology-enriched platform. Differentiation is embedded in the lessons. It really is a great product, and I would have been happy if they did that K-8 or K-12, K-8 as well, but, I'm happy. I'm happy with the K-8 having Envision because they get those base skills, and then at the high school they have the Desmos for that really problem-based learning and that engagement. And like the kids said about the Desmos, the Desmos is what the state test has on the calculator that they use, and I think it's going to be great for our Algebra 1 and Geometry and Algebra 2. So then we also, because we have probability and statistics, and so they went with the Achieve, and then AP, all the AP classes wanted Mathematic, and that is an online subscription, and it's approved by the College Board as a good AP product. So, and it's really relatively cheap. You'll see in a minute. So I said, yeah, let's do that. So here are the numbers. So we're a little under $500,000 for a 5-year subscription. Now I will tell you, this does not include the math manipulatives at the elementary level. But, so I have a survey out because I'm sure we have math manipulatives in the district. So we are going to see what we have. And if we don't need to purchase any, we won't. But if we do need some, I think that's important to have those for the elementary levels and even the middle school for that, hands-on learning. So that, I'm not sure where that's going to come in. But this includes, this price here includes all the professional development that we need, so.
And this is way under budget, right?
Yeah, so apparently, what did we budget, Shelley, for the math?
I was given an estimate of 1.2 million.
Yeah,
so.
sure.
Sorry, I just wanted to speak real quick on the AP because I forgot that was on the slide. So the AP mathematics stuff that we requested is really, it is a full curriculum. It is very cheap. It is materials that we are utilizing in AP right now regularly. All 3 AP math classes that we have very robust curriculums in place, so we didn't feel it was necessary to completely start over with a new curriculum. What we have is going to continue working. This is now an additional resource for those AP classes. So we're not just scrapping it for this online. This will be in addition to the pieces that we already have in place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rachel, is that the
Desmos.
Does that go along with the AP classes?
Yeah, so Desmos is now on the state test. It's on all College Board exams, so all the AP exams, and it's on the ACTs as well. So
they use that on the, okay.
Yep. It is
I'm
built
just trying
in
to
on the
understand
desktop.
I don't know what it is, but it comes up a lot.
Oh my goodness, it is life-changing as far as a calculator goes. This is the first year in AP Stats, this is the first year that it's been available, and the amount of time that I have saved not trying to teach the 400 buttons you have to press to get 12 menus deep on a TI-84 has been life-saving, because they just type it in and they have this beautiful visual in front of them. So it's now integrated into essentially all of the assessments that they have to take. We're still kind of investigating as to how that translates in college, because, you know, the kids leave here and then they forget to call us and tell us that, hey, by the way, this is what we do in my college math class. But a lot of times they use such specialized software when they get to that point anyways that, you know, Desmos is going to be a piece of that, but they're using more specialized tools when they get to college. So right now we're kind of using a mixture of the TI-84 and Desmos, at least in our upper level classes. But it is definitely, the Desmos is just so user-friendly that that's kind of the direction that we're headed.
And Desmos is an interface similar to CNC and other engineering,
Yeah.
STEM, STEAM-based, so they're not taking out their TI-84 and building tons of confidence
Indeed.
with their supervisors programming the machine.
Indeed. Yeah. I mean, it's very user-friendly. The visuals that it provides is great. The stats functions in there are it's just amazing. It's really nice. So we're very excited.
That can draw Pac-Man like the TI-84?
If you get really good, yes. I'm not that good yet, but some of the kids are.
Thank you, Rachel. Any questions?
Are we still going to be able to offer high school credits to 8th graders, and how would that look with our center?
Oh, yeah, so, yes, the 8th graders that are taking Algebra 1 will still get high school credit.
And they'll use the high school?
They're going to use the Envision, and I'm fine with that, because Envision is qualified for up to geometry or Algebra 2, so I was fine with that. You know, we had a long discussion about that, you know, should those 8th graders use the Desmos math, and the middle school teachers felt strongly that they continue with the Envision, and I'm fine with that. And I don't know, did Mr. Dudley want to talk to that at all, or? No, you guys did great. Okay.
All right, any other questions? All right, so we'll bring that back to you in May for final approval, and thank you everyone for presenting, did a nice job. All right, our final school presentation, GPS, building level action plans. If you want me to, or do you want it? Okay, just keep me on my toes, tell me when.
Did you break it?
There, that looks like it's.
Sounded a click.
Hello?
Give it 1 second to warm up. Since the
Yeah, it
battery
looks like it's
preamp.
Now try it, the light went off.
You see her.
Wanna
You wanna
use
trade?
All right. Okay, here we go. Like the ladies before me, we all have 3 building goals, and one of them is attendance. Obviously, that's a problem for the district. Ours last year was 29.9% chronic absenteeism. A lot of that has to do with we have a lot of students that leave in December and return in January, February, that type of thing. So we have a lot of movement within our district, in our building. So I'm hoping to drop that down by 5%, and when we get into this, you'll see a little bit of how that's working right now. Also, I want to improve 3rd grade reading guarantee proficiency. I have some data in here about that, and also the 3rd grade math proficiency. We're kind of at a loss when we start. The site is in here, but I want to make sure I mention it. When our kindergartners come in, I have 32% of them are the only ones that are on track. So we are already behind the 8 ball when we start. So that does affect our attendance and other things that are going to be present. Last year we had 10 students with attendance plans. This year, right now, we only have 5. So we're on the right track. We're meeting that. We have implemented tiered attendance interventions. Mrs. Church has been instrumental in that. Our school secretary, I'm making her call, I'm making her document, and my staff, they're dojoing. Hey, is Johnny coming today? What time is Johnny going to be here? Johnny, we need you here. We recognize and reward improved attendance daily and monthly. We launch attendance awareness campaigns. We have announcements. We have on our Facebook page, newsletters, and again, the teachers are part of that as well. We do daily shout outs, so like in the middle of the day, I might just say, hey, Susie, thank you for being here today. Come on up and get a prize. So that helps some of those students that are chronic. They might be there that day, and that could be their spotlight, and maybe that'll encourage them to come the next day. We have monthly student recognition. We have prizes, and they can earn an extra special.
We have classroom competitions, and they also win an extra special as a group. We have building advertisements throughout the hallways. Some of our sample prizes are Cavs tickets, gift baskets that Mrs. Church has provided, gift cards, Giant Eagle cake coupon. The one lady actually, I took a picture with her, and she goes, "This is really great because my mom's birthday's tomorrow." And so she actually got a cake that she could go home and, say, "Hey, I got you a cake, Mom." They get McDonald's Happy Meal or dessert tickets. They still love our book vending machine. I know that was a hot topic a while ago, but my building, those students really like that thing. They get Pioneer Waterland tickets at the end of the year for those that didn't miss a day. And we have STEM games also that they get to. We have a lot of these things are donated to us, so I appreciate that. So let's start with our third grade ELA. I'm going to talk about the most recent event. So these are the most recent event. We had 63 students that took it. You can see where we fall demographically on there for limited, basic, proficient, accomplished, and advanced. We only had 32% pass in the fall, 32%. And on our next slide, you can see how I broke that down. 44 students were at GPS at least 1 year before the test. Out of the 44, 28 were limited and basic, 6 were proficient, 3 were accomplished, and 7 were advanced. 64% of our 44 students were not proficient on the first try, which I get it, it's third grade. I mean, really that test is geared to the end. But we would like to at least see half of them at that point. Another statistic is 19 students were new to the GPS. They've never had one of our teachers. And that is my overflow every single year. We had 3 of those proficient, 16 limited or basic. So out of the 19 students that have joined us this year, 84% of them are not proficient. So these are a lot of things that we need to work on. I just wanted to show you one quick little data collection that I have made for the teachers. We do it every year. I look and see what teachers did they have from K to third, and then this goes on to 4th grade and 5th grade. So everybody can see who's had whom, and all their scores will be there at the end of the year. Their state testing results will be in there so 4th grade can see, and then we had 4th grades in to 5th grade. We just had a conversation about branching minds the other day, and this will fit nicely in there so I don't have to do all this work all the time. It'll be kind of in there. One thing I'd look from this is there a pattern? Is there a pattern with grade levels that we're not reaching through the 3 years? So that's just from those 3rd graders right now. So on our last year's test, we had 57.9% proficient in English and in math. That was last year. That was overall. This is our comparison by tested grade. If you look at our English, our school was 57.9 for 3rd grade. The district was 64 and the state was 61. We're not far off, but we still have a lot of gains we need to take. The same with math. 57.9 is our building. The district was 65.7 and the state was 64.4. So as I mentioned earlier, some of our deficits, we got 3 stars on our early literacy rating. Again, only 32.2% are coming into us demonstrating readiness for kindergarten. We have a high percentage of students entering school that are below benchmark in phonological awareness, letter sound knowledge, and oral language. We have internal data that shows gaps in foundational reading skills, especially with students with disabilities and the economically disadvantaged students. We also have behavior and SEL, social emotional learning. And we need an increased need for Tier 1 behavioral instruction and consistent expectations across the board for all of us. We have a rising number of students requiring Tier 2 supports in the SEL, and we have staff that are desiring more training in those restorative practices and de-escalation strategies, which I'll get to in a couple of slides.
Mrs. Brzezinko, can I
Yes.
ask you a question quickly?
Yeah, sure.
I guess I just did, but when you're talking about incoming kindergartners demonstrating readiness, you're not talking about being able to read words.
No.
You're talking about
Letters.
A is A.
Yes.
A, E, I,
A
O,
is an
U.
A. 1, 2, 3.
Basic phonics.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Just
Mhm.
wanted to make sure I clarified that.
Yes. So one of our obstacles is we have a large turnover, K-3 turnover. As you know, I was moved from Osborne to GPS. In the last 3 years, we've had 1 kindergarten teacher that's turned over. We've had 3 first grade teachers that have turned over. We've had 4 second grade teachers that have moved or turned over. And then we have 7 third grade teachers. Now, some of that is they have students they have their own children that are going to court. You know, like they move logistically like that. We've had a lot of teachers that have gotten married and moved out of the district, or buying a house out of the district and they're leaving. So we have a lot of turnovers, which is very worrisome. I mean, that's a hard thing to come back for, because every year I feel like we're starting fresh with a teacher. Not that they're not capable, it's just that it's just another point for me on my radar. Some of the things that we do, we have extended learning opportunities. K-5 is invited Tuesdays and Thursdays. They get high impact tutoring. They're intentional. They're closely aligned to grade level standards. We remain responsive to specific skill gaps. We're always taking data, and that's how we're targeting those students when they arrive. Also, I'm not sure if you know or not, but until the last 2 weeks, we've had buses that didn't come till 4 o'clock. We are lacking bus drivers. So they take one group and then they come back and get another group. So some of those kids are sitting there from 3:15 to almost 4 o'clock waiting for buses. So what we've done is we've taken those students, we got permission from Dr. Lombardo to take those students and do small group interventions with them. I mean, they're there. I mean, other than that, they're sitting in a cafeteria just waiting for a bus. So we've had some dedicated teachers that give up almost every single day after school to go work with those students in those pocket groups, just to help with that. And it does target their essential skills that they're lacking, because we've communicated with the teachers that they've had. So we break them down in like first grade, second grade, and so on. So that's been a real positive. But we still did not have a reading specialist last year. That was an unfilled position for us, so something we were lacking. So we're trying to make up for that. Also, interventions to help bridge, like my co-partners here, we use NWA MAP, IXL, CKLA Boost. We also look at the data, identify the students' specific skills and gaps, and readiness levels, and we give teachers a precise starting point for intervention. That's built into those systems. IXL offers targeted adaptive practice aligned to MAP, allows students to build mastery through personalized instruction, and they get real-time feedback. And CKLA Boost gives just another layer of support and reinforces those literacy skills. Also, we have titled tutors, which I'm going to talk about, but they help create and administer formative checks, provide timely insight into growth and areas of need. We adjust instruction in real time. So if we're working and we see that, oh, they're not getting it, let's take a step back. Most teachers are differentiating lessons to align with student readiness. We're creating small groups receiving targeted support and enrichment, and we create a responsive learning environment to support and challenge each student. So our Title I services, I'll read the bottom first. We started off with a K1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Our K1 left in November. She found something else to do and she left. So my other title tutors, Ms. Green and Ms. Altman, has really stepped up to the plate with this. They know that K1 is essential. I mean, this is what we've been talking about and what we really need. So not only are they doing their grade levels, they have divided and conquered to help with kindergarten and first grade. We also have a substitute who is going to school to be a teacher. He comes 3 days a week. So we have that going in and out of the rooms, and then we have the other two doing the data processing. So it's been a welcome service for them. And I'm thankful for them. But they're providing additional time, instruction, and resources. They're supporting literacy foundation and math and ELA and academic behaviors. We do have some behaviors in there that we are trying to adjust. They're helping students succeed, and then they're allowing educators to tailor to small group. This was part of our breakdown last year. I wanted to just see that stat. I know that you guys looked at our report cards at the beginning of the school year. Kind of the last one to go here, but I just wanted to reiterate some of the things that were in our report card. So that was our overall school information, as you can see there. This was our English, math, and science. Blue means that we met, green is like the growth, the expected growth. Blue is like 3 points past the expected growth. So you can see that we do have a lot of that going on. This is, we got gap closing stars. So I know it's confusing when I say, well, okay, we're not making progress K to 2, then 3, 4, 5 comes along. So somewhere along the way, right, we start bridging that gap. So those students that were behind in kindergarten, behind in first grade, we're catching them up. So we are breaking the gap. So that's the difference between us and say Osnaburg. We're behind and we're able to fill that quickly. We can show that as fast as possible. So I don't want that to be like we're doing something wonderful. It's just that we are really focusing on this area. And then by the time they take the test. And progress, we got 5 stars. So you can see there, the English, had evidence of met student growth. But then when they get to 5th grade, between 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade, by the time they get there, there's exceeding their student growth expectations. So we just have to figure out how to fix that the K to 3 part. And then those are our achievement stars. We got 3 stars for that. We do not make the proficient. We don't make the proficient, but we make meeting the gap. So you have to pick which one. I want to talk a little bit about the culture at GPS since I've been there. One of the things I've been working on is the overall culture and using restorative practices. I think if Mr. Cooper came in, he'd see a big difference than it was when he was the SRO there. We've been working on that for the past 3 years. Restorative practices, we're focusing on students' belonging, joy, and shared purpose. A lot of our students come in and they're defeated before they even get in the door. We make them feel valued, safe, and capable. We encourage them to dream big, harder, and to grow. The culture is now the heartbeat of our school community. Growth and culture has led to growth across the entire school and moving forward with clarity, hope, and momentum. And I think that Dr. Lombardo shared this, but we did earn the Momentum Award. And if you want to go to the next slide, this is a powerful testament to the dedication, consistency, and heart of the team at GPS. They bring it every day. Earning this recognition means our students are growing, thriving, and achieving at levels that reflect the collective efforts of teachers, support staff, and leadership working in harmony. Our commitment to high-quality instruction, meaningful relationships, and positive school culture is evident in every classroom and hallway. And I would welcome any of you to come in and see the difference that it really has, the staff has really been making with those students and making them feel belonged, which has always been a barrier for us. And now that we have restorative practices in place, they're able to go back in the room and learn.
Excellent.
Do you have any questions?
I will come visit, check it out.
You should, and you can ask, you can talk to Officer Gale as well.
You got the thumbs up.
You got the thumbs up. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
My kids go there and we are thrilled. They far exceed my expectations as my mom, so I give a lot of that to
They have a lot of your wife in them.
well, yeah, she gets a lot.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah.
And that's it for me.
Thank you.
All right. It's time for the financial report. Take it away.
Talk about the motion in a second, Baron.
All right. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Oh, my.
You fixed it.
And a second, please.
Second.
Discussion?
Sure. So you do have the March financial report. I just want to touch on base on a few things. Looking at incomes, we did receive the final payment on our settlements. It did come in lower than forecasted. So this is not a uncommon thing across the state. With the budget passing and having a credit that's going through, it'll hit the second half. There were a lot of people who normally may pay their taxes in full that are just paying half for the year because they don't know how that credit is going to affect their second half property tax bill. I don't think the state knows yet how it's going to affect the second half property tax bill. So, we are also waiting to hear the effect of that, but it was down about 1% across the board. Kind of something else, and that's just for the real personal property. Our public utilities were down about 4.2% on the collection. The expenditures wise, we are a little bit higher than, at the current time, I'm planning on outside transportation. Again, that does vary year to year. You know, with the, the forecast that was due now in February instead of May, you know, some of those costs that weren't unknown or that start coming in, you know, after the fact. When I had done the forecast, the property tax was late going in, or the property tax insurance, I'm sorry, the property insurance. So there's some things that will affect that. So every month as the expenditures get in, you know, I am adjusting what the forecast will look like going forward. It is a ever-changing monthly procedure. Just so you know, I will be doing an updated forecast in June. Again, they are required now in February and August. I think now that we are going forward, we do have, you know, more of a for sure cost on the curriculum, where again, I thought it was supposed to be 1.2 million was a quote I was given last year. It's now should be probably at the max 600,000, I think, with the manipulatives. So, you know, we'll be able to see that savings of 600,000 in next year's, or I'm sorry, in the June forecast. In May, we also don't have staffing changes. We are currently implementing the staffing changes, so we know where those are going. You know, so we may have changes in purchase services because we are no longer going to have, you know, certain things outsourced. We're going to bring them in. So of those things that are outsourced, they may affect the salaries and benefits. So, you know, I'll be able to go through and talk through the changes in the forecast. I did attend the OASBO conference that is down in Columbus. It's a collection of classified school business officials. Last week, a lot of the big topic was the push to abolish property tax. Kind of, and we talked about this, we were at a board training last night. He kind of touched on this also. Just so you know, and I want to get the numbers correct. So what is needed is 413,000 signatures from 44 of the 88 counties. So they have to be certified, registered voter signatures. Those have to be turned in by July 1st and then start the endless process of the state to verify every single signature on there. So like anybody, you know, how you guys run for a school board, if you're required to get 50, you get double because someone could say, yes, I'm a registered voter in here, and they are not. So that signature is automatically, you know, defeated or wiped out. At the current time, there's no update on how many approximate signatures that are being received, has been received yet. There's supposed to be an update in the next few weeks on what that will do. On a good note, when those turn in on July 1st and they do realize that there aren't enough signatures, they are back down to square zero. Those signatures that have been certified are only good for the November election. On a bad note, let me just tell you, just preliminarily, if that abolishment of property tax does go through, the amount of our budget, normally, again, I'll touch on this on the revised forecast, but you know, our revenues are about $30 million a year. About $5 million of that is our income tax, but I want to give you a $9.8 million, so that is 33% of the revenues that we need to operate this school do come from property tax. So, you know, this is not just a local issue that we are dealing with in the school districts. I worked for a township for 12 years, you know, property tax that goes to pave your roads, that goes to get your services for your ambulances, your sheriffs, your police. I mean, so, you know, I think if this does get passed, and it will go again to be on the November ballot, there will be a lot of information coming out on how schools and all local municipalities will be funded. And I think at the current time, the state also does not know, you know, how to counteract the loss of property tax revenue. So, if it is an increase in your income taxes, if it is an increase on your sales tax, that is all unknown. Again, this is new territory. No one has, abolished property taxes. So, it's an ever-changing world of school finance as it continues.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any questions as we go forward on this, at least on this, but I just did want to touch base on.
Can you find another $600,000 somewhere? We appreciate it.
I appreciate the work that the math curriculum did do to find a wonderful curriculum that did not cost, again, and I'm sure that quote was just pulled out there on other purchases for math curriculums. I think we also looked at, our English curriculum was about 600,000. So, we're talking math, and it was a K through 12 instead of just a elementary school. So, hey, if that was 600,000, I guess, math will be 1 point. But I do appreciate that nice savings that we can utilize.
All right. Any other questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Krieg?
Yes.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
And Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
All right, item 12.2, items for disposal. You need a motion, please?
So moved. I'll second.
Discussion?
So just really quick, these are items that, most of these items were in the house on the hill as we're cleaning them out. So, if these items can be recycled, if they can be sold, that's the normal route will be taken on these items. But we are going forward with cleaning out the house.
Perfect. Any questions or discussion? Anyone need a microwave? Before Mike at table? Or 10?
There were quite a few down there.
I was going to say, or 10?
There, yes.
All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Cybulski?
Yes.
Mr. Pierson?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
And Mrs. Krieg?
Yes. All right, legislative report. Mr. Pierson.
I won't talk so close to it this time.
I was going to say, speak softly.
I cannot talk about the elimination of property taxes because the legislature overwhelmingly on partisan lines voted that we, even myself as a board member, cannot make any type of statement about how eliminating property taxes can have an interest in a district unless we say it factually. And because it's a hypothetical and it hasn't happened yet, and we don't know what pitfalls, there's no way for me to do that in the confines of the law. So I can simply tell you that it would have an impact on the school, period. And so that's what I did. Governor Mike DeWine formally launched the Ohio Attendance Dashboard this week. It's basically, attendance is becoming a huge issue post-COVID. No one knows how to fix it. There are incentives, as you see, that we are implementing, but we're looking at ways to reduce chronic absenteeism. For a while, we were asking everyone for the students. Most of us, and the whole picture of Ohio at large, are realizing talking to students why they aren't attending, having the conversation with the parents about difficulties to get them in, and resolving it at that level is having a pretty good impact. So I think over the next few months, if not the better portion of a year, we should see attendance raising. We're seeing it kind of trickle up as we've even seen with our own statistics now. So that's on a really good trend. There are a few Senate activity bills. One has to talk about what defines an athletic trainer in high school. The other one talks about epinephrine auto-injectors or EpiPens. So there are already some governance on that. They're not going to have huge impacts with us, but we'll be on the lookout, obviously. If we need to change policy, we'll have those on there. There is a large amount of talk about what DO needs to implement as far as standardized testing. So we'll see that from our senators, Thomas and Reynolds, what they have to do. There's some interesting bills. I think my favorite is that each school has to buy and affix a master key box to it in case you get locked out. I guess that's a huge concern that we're having. Other than that, basically, we're seeing a lot of legislation that's going towards the use of AI, the use of computers, the literacy of that therein, and also we're seeing privacy bills. Now, I think that most people wouldn't talk about the privacy bills on the education portion because we're seeing it nationally and at the state level, but currently there is federal legislation that is basically saying, here are the rules about use of AI in governance, and you can't make a state law about it. It's probably one of the most barring bills I've ever seen as far as it basically tells the states you can't pass a law about this. I would imagine it'd be really hard to pass in its current form, but it's still interesting to see senators, or I should say Congress people, propose such a strong bill with such affirmative language as to bar the states from making their own laws. I know that the governor has been pretty vocal against it. And then lastly, I want to talk about while we look for the push to abolish property taxes and other things, I just want to get out ahead of a narrative that a lot of people that are running right now on both sides are talking about consolidation. And I would advise the taxpayers to take a good look, no matter which side that you fall on the implications of if that person or people are able to, one, redistrict a map, two, take away property taxes. Your taxes at large don't get, I'd say, largely cheaper. It's not like you get a refund. But unfortunately, what does happen is the state, in all of its wisdom, has chosen not to fund schools. We've had this problem solved. We had Dr. Patterson, and I believe, is it Mr. Cupp? Mm-hmm. Mr. Cupp had solved this with fair school funding. In fact, they solved it bipartisan. And they solved a problem that had existed for a long time in a sliding scale that could be adjusted on the fly. Our current leadership in the county decided to get rid of that for some reason, and it has an impact on our school systems all over the county. We're going to be able to inevitably recover from any type of incompetency that occurs in the school or funding. Unfortunately, it just presents a problem that doesn't need to exist. For anyone in Geneva that wants to see more about that, I would look up fair school funding, and I would look at how and why it's no longer used and what's being proposed in its alternative. I did notice that our senator and a congressperson in at least this district, they had campaigned on portions of abolishment of property tax. And from my understanding in a recent conversation, they were scrambling to have town halls to talk about how let's not be too hasty here, that might not be good. So it's going to be interesting to see once the fact sheets and the implications for us financially come out, what that looks like in a state level. And just to mirror what Mrs. McDermott had said, I see there being huge obstacles here. Typically, the people who they're advocating for are good, hardworking tradesmen who sometimes work in the very things that we're asking people to stop funding, and I think it's far-reaching. But the implication will have an effect on the district. That's all I have.
Indeed. All right, our ATEC report. Great things are happening at ATEC this spring. The Environmental and Natural Resources Program was awarded $7,000 from the Nursery Growers of Lake County to be used for program needs. The Senior Scholarship Assembly is May 20th at 8:30 a.m. at ATEC. The Senior Awards Ceremony is May 22nd at 7 p.m. at Jefferson High School. Some student recognition. Allie Leiner, senior from Geneva, will be starting her career at CM Brown in Madison as the IPM manager, Integrated Pest Management Manager, looking for insect and disease, and then doing the application, setting up equipment, and calibrating. Haley Burns, HCA Junior from Geneva, was inducted into the National Technical Honor Society this month as well. So congratulations to those young ladies. And then board member reports. Mr. Cooper, you want to start? Do you have anything?
I'm happy in the direction we're going. I know there's some growing pains that we have to work through and still show the respect to some of our employees when they feel disrespected. I think we're working on that. I think our biggest issue is, these are the people that are always here. We got to figure out some way to get our message out. Because I think we're doing some really exciting things here. And we need more people to understand it, so we don't go to Mary's Diner and hear people complaining about the schools that really don't have the facts. So let's work on that a little bit. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank you.
Great. Mr. Andrus?
Yeah, I met with a few of the different developers for the stadium build, and I was happy to land on CT Taylor. They're a great company. They're going to save us a lot of money compared to others. I did speak with him, and he's going to definitely look at material costs and everything to get us, hopefully under budget, or we can get our bathrooms and concession stands and everything else that we need. And then I recently just went and looked at the middle school, the light pole. They just went ahead and epoxied in the new bolts, so hopefully that'll be getting fixed here real soon this week coming up, and yeah, all is good.
Okay. Mr. Pierson, did you have anything?
No, not substantial. I just want to make sure that people know, if you guys have an issue and you want to reach out to us, if you invoke or respond to everyone on the board, we can't respond to you. It does nothing. And in the case of there being any type of agency that it enforces federal, state, local laws, we literally are a legislative branch of government, not executive, which means we have nothing to do with that. I see questions about a bunch of things that we get. Well, how come this is a policy? Or questions about occurrences that have had and what our thoughts are on it. And by and large, I can't weigh in on an investigation that's occurring. And two, a lot of the times people are just revealing information that we would have not known about in any other circumstance. So I just want to tell you, if you ever find yourself in that situation, especially with a student and you're navigating it, I would probably ask you to talk to either the law enforcement talking to you or retain maybe an attorney if you deem that to be the applicable solution, because individual board members or the board at large cannot represent you. And I want to be clear, for some people you have no idea what I'm talking about. For the people that need to hear that, unless we notice a meeting, we can't all get together and respond to you via email. If you want to respond to one of us and ask us our opinion, we can totally do that. But it's not practical, and it does very little in the way of solving your problem. So while not a report, I guess I'll use this time to platform that that's probably not the best use of your or our time.
Mrs. Cybulski?
I don't have a lot. I just want to, we had the OSBA training last night, which was really good. It's always enlightening to learn what you don't know. How much you don't know when you're doing something like this, and it's nice to know that we have the support that we need to make informed decisions, and I thought that the training was great. And then I just want to wish everyone a great, we were so close to the end of the year, and it's been a journey. It's been a pleasure. I think we're moving in the right direction, and I wish everybody the best at the end of the year as we get through all of this. Without crying, because I'm a senior.
I just wanted to comment on Mr. Miller, the sub. He has been a sub here for so long. I remember Alex talking about him subbing and how much they all loved him. So it's really sweet to see that he got recognized with that award. So I just thought that was really lovely. I had to comment on him. I wanted to mention the magic show that the foundation is sponsoring. If you're not aware of what the Geneva Schools Foundation is, we're definitely going to be pushing out some more information. So everyone is, I know Mr. McMichael spoke about it tonight during the public comment section, but it's definitely an organization that's going to take a bigger dive to support all of the entities that are part of our school district. We're going to have more information out there, but this is a big piece of the fundraising effort to get us some substantial funds to start doing good in our district. So we're going to be pushing out information to share. We need to sell these tickets. We definitely want to have a packed house. So look for that information coming out and share. I think it's going to be a really fun night, something we've never really done in this town. So don't be afraid to come and enjoy a nice evening out. Grab your kids, grab your neighbors. It'll be a fun time, and spend the evening with us. And it's all for a good cause as well. I also joined Mrs. Cybulski and Dr. Lombardo and Mrs. McDermott last night at the board professional development at the county. Very enlightening to see what they're trying to push through in Columbus. Very enlightening. Yeah, just very enlightening.
But I will say that we approve being a member of OSBA every year.
Correct.
And it is well worth what the people who are advocating for public education in Columbus are truly
have our back
warriors.
Yeah.
They are there, they're on it, and hearing them talk with the passion that they have for making sure that decisions being made are supporting public education. While we hear a lot of controversy and not so great things, they are boots on the ground working really hard to make sure that we're being protected, and it's very much worth what we pay every year to be a member of OSBA.
And I think over all of the things that I did here that were happening, the one resounding message that I took from last night was this. We are hearing so much about vouchers and how they're being, vouchers are basically our public tax dollars being funneled into private schools.
Yep.
So one resounding message that I took with me last night was this, is that for everything that is introduced right now in Columbus, the first question that is asked whenever there is a ask of public schools and there's some guideline or some requirement that public schools are going to have to meet in order to take those dollars, if they're going to give those dollars to a voucher school or a private school, the first question out of their mouth is, are they going to have to abide by the same standards as the public school? And then that goes into a whole nother round of conversations. So our voices are being heard. They are starting to realize that we are on to what they're doing, and we are tired of playing this game. So I think I left with that message over and over again, because that was what we kept saying. The rules of engagement are changing, and they're hearing us, and those conversations are happening, so we have to keep at it. And I think we need to go back to our community and keep saying those things, because the bottom line is, as public educators, as a public school board, as a public school teacher, we don't get to say no. We take everyone. So while everybody has the opportunity to go and choose a school with that voucher, and that private school gets to say, we don't want this kid. They need special services. They need an IEP. They need this. They need an ED unit. They need a counselor. They can say, no, thank you. We don't have that right. Our door opens to everyone. We have to accept everyone. And we're now hearing legislators say, oh, but wait, they don't have to do that. So if you're going to take these public dollars, you too have to accept little Johnny that needs the IEP, or he needs the ED room, or he needs the autistic support. All of these things are now being heard. So although it's not like the flip of a switch, but at least our voices are being heard. So that's at least one little positive. So I leave you with that.
Can I piggyback off that real quick? Can I piggyback off that real quick?
Sure, go for it.
There's some weird thing with our local reps where they try to act like the schools are evil and losing, but they've not lost the voucher battle once. Let me repeat, we haven't lost it. We haven't lost it when we filed it. We didn't lose it on appeal. We're not losing it when David Thomas talks about how we...
And not to interrupt you, but they've also found the first reading of where they were citing as unconstitutional. That's going to fall away.
It is. And it's an unconstitutional premise.
It is.
But to even go from that, what we're hearing in some of the rhetoric we're seeing, last year Ohio passed school levies 87%. So to undermine the funding by tax basis that was based on those votes is undermining 87% of the Ohio tax base. That is a fact, which I'm allowed to say. And I cannot for the life of me figure out who is asking the question, how much money can we take away from public schools when those same people have attended public schools? I have nothing against private schools. I don't have a negative thing to say. Some fit the niche that they fill for STEM or religious curriculum amazingly, and they put out great students. This isn't a slam on them. Our argument is, if there's a better funding, why don't we start there instead of saying, let's just eliminate all of it, right? Well, if we're having a hard time paying our bills, the solution isn't, well, we're going to stop paying it. It's typically to restructure and figure out a better way. So, I loved that they sent us that slide yesterday, but the OSBA, I mean, they care about the taxpayer. Like Beth had said, they don't just advocate for a school or our bottom line or protect our assets. In fact, I would say most of the time they're only presenting things that affect houses or households that have school-aged children in the state of Ohio, and that is their main priority.
I would agree. They do a great job of representing children in public schools in Ohio, period. Yep. And we're a fringe benefit of that, so, but that's what I have, so. Anything else? All right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion.
Second.
Roll call.
You guys are going so quick with this part. Let's do Mrs. Krieg.
Yes.
I lost my stuff. Just Mrs. Cybulski.
Yes.
Mr. Pierson.
Yep.
Mr. Andrus.
Yes.
And Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.